everyone. Good evening. Welcome to episode number 2 of this series, Tuesday Night Live by Phase 101 and Retro Programmers Inside. With me, there is Emanuele Bonin, sorry. Ciao, Andre.
I'm sorry. I I forgot my microphone closed.
Uh-huh.
I um,
Your,
I hold.
your volume is a bit low, Emanuele.
Okay, a moment, please.
Sei ancora in vacanza, Andre? E grazie per essere qua, eh. We have a new command, exclamation mark RPI. Exclamation mark RPI. And it will give you the link to the Facebook group.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I think we are fine. Let me see if I can make your volume higher uh, in Discord. So, not really.
All these new technology are awful for me.
Yeah. It should be from the Windows set, the speaker right mouse button, and then there you should be able to put the microphone volume up. Anyway, in the meantime, while Emanuele continues to adjust his microphone because we really had issues with sound. As always, I start with, I do not ask for anything except like my videos, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Of course, same thing for Retro Programmers Inside, the YouTube channel. You can look it up on YouTube, on YouTube, okay? If you type Retro Programmers Inside, you can see it here, okay? You will find it. It's not that you need to be a genius to find it. Same thing for Phase 101, or you have the links in the upper right hand corner as always on my screen. Besides my YouTube page and the Retro Programmers Inside, YouTube video page and the Retro Programmers Inside YouTube video page, there is the Phase 101 page, which for me is where I post everything. Oops. Okay, so anything, if you want to follow me 100%, this is the right place where what I am doing. Not to communicate with me, however, because some people write to me here. I do not check Facebook all the time. There is the Phase 101 Facebook group. Also, I only post things related to productions related to Phase 101 there. And then, because I am a Commodore freak, there is Commodore Dev, where anything is related to Commodore is posted there. And I have admins that help me in managing Commodore Dev. Same for Phase 101, to be fair. Then, of course, there is the mega group, Retro Programmers Inside, which we will need to talk about is the Pong Challenge, which is, Game Jam, that is arriving at the end now. The date is, I always forget. It's not here. Anyway, the challenge is here. Let me refresh the page so that it comes up. This is the page, not the group. That's why it came like that. Thank you for raiding. Oh, raiding again. Thank you. Okay, hold on. last time we had issues. Today, no. Please follow Benkyo. I don't know what he was doing today. I didn't even realize he's on because I was basically working today, and after the work, I started the stream. But he normally does things that are Hexel, right? And other things. Yes, and his titles are amazing, like his comments. And he's a good guitar player. That I like. Very good guitar player. Anyway, um, let me find the group. That's why I didn't find it. So, guys, there is the game jam related to Pong. I will post the link. It's coming to an end, but maybe one of you can write a game in the last week or so. It's still the date is where till it's still the 20th. Actually, there is some more time. So yeah, you have more than a week to do it. No, 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 it's not a huge stretch. You're good, my friend. You're good. Anyway, so please join Retro Programmers Inside and do our challenges. Okay? So, besides that, I have, and this is because I was testing sound. Please join my Discord. If you want to comment to me, please join my Discord. There is also a section related to RPI there. The reason why I say join my Discord is because if you want to communicate with me, that's the place to be. Okay? You can write me on Facebook, but normally I take time. So Discord is the place to be for communication. And if you notice, it's the group is coming bigger and bigger, it's starting to grow. And so and there are some cool people there, and I would like to see it growing and growing and growing. Because I want the community of developers to grow related to retro programming. If you don't do retro, you must be crazy. Retro is simple. So, besides that, if you like what I do, you can, let's see, I will say this later. You can support me on Patreon or you can support me on Coffee. Both of them has got the same, and I'm trying to remember how many videos there are. If you support me on Patreon, you unlock 56 videos, which are not on YouTube. Okay, so and there will be more this week. Actually, I need to add 3 more this week, if not 4. But yeah, there is always Emanuele managed to go into live share. Okay, good. And we follow Emanuele. Okay, so please, if you would like to help, I really need help when it comes to storage. So all my collections are going, all my donations are going into that. I'd like to get a big storage on Mega, which eventually I will, whether I get enough donations or not. Besides that, today I have 2 things to talk about, but those will happen later on. There are 2 games that I like to mention. Both of them related to in a way, Phase 101, but also related. One of them is also related to retro programmers inside in a way. So with all this, sorry, I forgot. For those that follow my series on the Amiga, okay, long live the Amiga. Um, I have this page, so I'm going to type. This is the link to learn 68,000 programming, okay, and there are most of the links related to it. Oh, Proton Fig. Oh, thank you, Proton, for the raid. Guys, follow Proton. Sorry, not I made without the SO. Guys, follow Proton. He does some cool stuff. Uh, why it said I need to type again Proton Fig. There you go. Guys, follow Proton Fig. He's not a coder, he's a guru when it comes to Commodore 64 for me. I used to watch his stuff when I was a kid. He was a kid too.
Listen.
Yeah. What have I done, Hound Dog? That's hi, Sorcy. Okay. Yeah, I made a mistake in my. I had a typo. You know, my hands are going. So, um, yeah, I hit other keys, unfortunately. So yeah, please follow Proton Fig. He is a guru, not just a coder. He is very good musician, and he is also a good coder on the Amiga. Okay, I'm saying guru on the Commodore 64. I hope you don't mind Proton saying that, because most of the time I see you on the Commodore 64, but he is also good on the Amiga. Anyway, today we have Emanuele, which or who will show some things related to the VIC, okay, VIC2 programming. It's a bit the topic. I don't know. It's I don't want to call it advanced, but it's not beginners. Somewhere in between. Um, and this is a series that he has. Basically, Emanuele had written a number of articles related to this, and he's showing parts of them. Now, please remember, Emanuele is not native English speaking like me, but I live in UK. He lives in Italy, and his Italian is sorry, his English is not uh, as fast as like mine. Okay, I still make mistakes in English, but at least I can speak it. Emanuele speaks it more slowly, but that's good because when you're explaining, I think you need to be slow. So yeah. Also, for those that are following me here or haven't clicked the follow, please follow me because I'd like to reach 450 of followers. Thanks for. Are you follow new follower? Yeah, first time chat. Yeah, fraction. Thank you. Hit the follow, please. Hit the follow. So I'll pass to Emanuele. Um,
Can you hear me?
yes. Okay. He's alive.
Okay. Sorry. I don't know what is
Yeah,
happened.
it's okay. Oh, ciao, Duncan, ciao, Duncan. Wait. Uh, guys, follow also the Gamers House Malta. Of course, I have to say follow that. I mean, come on, he's Maltese. He does some cool retro gaming. So, and also what I like is that he does things related to things that I have been, I grew up with. Let's say cartoons and stuff like that. So, yeah, follow Duncan, the Gamers House Malta. So, Emanuele, you can
Yes.
start.
Yes, I can start. I all um, this evening, this night, I will try to explain you some of my article that I wrote about VIC-2 for Commodore 64. Um, mm, can you y- can you
Ah,
open
yeah, sip the screen. Yes, 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 yes.
the screen?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Give me a second. There you go. Let me maybe make the text a bit bigger.
Okay. Um, mm, uh, the VIC-2 is the chip used by Commodore 64 for to display all things about graphics or text. Um, uh, the VIC-2 you share the clock of
Wait, wait,
Commodore 64
wait. I didn't.
with the CPU 6502. These two chips um, um, uses uh, one the first half of a clock, and the second the other half of a clock cycle.
One is the
Um,
CPU, one is the VIC. No?
yes.
Yeah,
The VIC-2, okay.
yeah,
Now I read my notes,
yeah,
so it's better.
yes.
VIC-2 and 6502 interacts one each other using the same clock signal. In a clock signal, we have two periods. In one period, the VIC can work reading and displaying data from video memory, for example. In the other period, the CPU can work executing the program at the program counter. Uh, um, uh, Obviously, this is too much simplified, but for this can be sufficient. Okay, the VIC display all things about graphics or text, drawing it line by line uh, um, um, through the through a beam through a raster beam. This raster beam begin in the upper left corner and in the lower right corner, drawing all line from left to right and from um, upper to bottom. Uh, the number of raster line depends on the type um, of system. The system used by to visualize the various graphics on text. For example, in Europe, could be
Emanuele, can you hold a bit? Sorry, Emanuele, but technical issues we always need to check.
can someone say me if my English is
No, no, it's
sufficient
fine. Don't
clear?
don't worry. Don't look. I told you many times now. It's the second episode. don't worry about the English. Okay? Don't worry about the English. When I started speaking
Okay.
Italian, I didn't worry about the Italian. So don't
Okay.
worry about the
Good.
English.
Okay. So, uh, depending on the type of the system to displaying um, the things, there can be various number of lines. We I use the PAL-B to um, the the PAL system
Yes.
for my examples
Yeah. Okay.
that
So
have
so all examples are for PAL, okay? Not
okay.
NTSC. And also, I see that you have a table there, the raster lines, PAL-B, and it's saying from 0 to 15 are not visible. Okay, so that is the vertical blank. Then you have from 16 to 50, visible upper border. Then 51 to 250 is our normal screen, including the left and right border. Then from 251 to 286 is the lower part. And then 287 to 312 not visible. Okay,
Not
sorry, I read
visible.
the table for you, but I think that was an important thing that maybe one needs to get
Yes,
around the head.
the not visible area,
Mm-hmm.
the upper and the lower not visible area are called V blank. This is this area is uh, very important because is used to refresh the
Mm-hmm.
uh, every frame visualized in the monitor.
Okay, so what he's
Uh,
saying is when the vertical blank happens, it's when the screen refresh happens. Basically, it's
yes,
when let's say it's the beginning of a new frame. Okay, a new frame is when you draw the whole a whole screen, and then you draw another one, and then you draw another one, and there are 50 of those in 1 second on PAS system.
yes. Um, another thing that I want to say is that many times I call V blank the part that begin with 251
Yes.
and end to the 50 lines
Yes, I do the
raster
same.
line.
Yes, I do the same
This
sometimes.
is not precise
Yes.
because the like Phase said some minutes ago, the part of 251 that start with the 251 and end with the 286 is the lower border. Is not a part of blank, for example, but is useful to start the refresh of the various frame from that that lines because for many application uh, this is not a visible part, is only the border, so we can
So, okay,
guadagnare
Emanuele,
uh,
so
earn.
I'm just going to say it because I know what you're trying to say. So basically what Emanuele is saying, when you are drawing something to the screen, instead of waiting for the top, which is the raster line 0, basically, you do it at raster line 251 because you gain from 251 to 312 and then you gain from 0 to 15 so that you have a longer, let's say, window of for your code. Actually you have from I said from 0 to 15, it should be from 0 to 50. So from 250 to 312, that's, you know, while you can be updating the screen, and also you have from 0 to 50. So all those together.
Thank you, James. I can say it better than you. The okay, the position of the raster beam is stored in a special register of the VIC. In reality, are two the register. The first of these of they are
It's registered D012 hex.
Okay.
Yeah,
D012 in hexadecimal,
decimal. Yeah,
hexadecimal.
you can say hex for sure.
X, okay. Thank you. And the other, okay, the DO12 is an 8-bit register that contains the counter for the first 256 rows, 0 from 255. And so we must reach 312. To reach 312, we must have another bit. This other bit is taken by the other from the other register D011
011. Okay, so
X.
Emmanuel, I'm going to stop you a bit, okay?
Okay,
First of all, I want to give you bread. Now, guys, recognize the effort that Emanuele is doing to say it in English. If I had to say this in Italian, he will be very fluent, okay? So bear with him, please. But what I am trying to do here is help him to catch some breath because he doesn't stop. He makes so much effort. You can hear him doing the effort. And the other thing is we have two registers, the 012 and the 011. The first one, the 012, is the first, let's say, 256 combinations for this register, which offers us 256 combinations, 256 raster lines, but we need to reach 312, as we said, so we need another bit. So one is the least significant byte, and the most significant byte, there is only one bit that we need from it, which I forgot which bit it is. It's bit 7, no?
Seventh bit.
Yes. So it's
The
bit
bit
7.
number 8.
Yeah. No, it's bit
Oh,
7.
1, 2.
It's bit 7. Don't say 8.
Yes, yes. The bit 7 and 8 bit.
Yeah.
Vabbè, okay.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this way we can count all, we can have the a pointer for all lines. This pointer is very important because
it's a counter, not pointer.
with this pointer
No.
we can
Emanuele, it's not a pointer, it's a counter.
a counter,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Index, can I use index? No.
In Italian it will sound okay, but in English you have to use, look, that's why it's called raster counter. Okay, you
Raster
need to use counter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. For example, to indicate the line 200 in DO12, we have this configuration of the bits, and DO11 we have the 8-bit to 0 because 200 is lower than 255.
Yeah.
if we want to indicate the line 257.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. I moved
sorry.
the screen for you. Sorry.
Okay. This is the configuration. We have the DO12 with only one bit set, and the first one, the bit 0, at 1, and the DO11, the 7th bit of DO11 to 1, because the scusa,
Okay,
adesso
I
non
say
mi...
it. Don't worry. I say it. So if we have if we want to have raster line to 100, let's say, 200 doesn't need the high bit set because it's lower than 256, so it can fit in 1 byte, okay, which is register the 012, okay. But if we have 257, okay, then we need the high bit, so the high bit will be set, and we have another bit in DO12, so DO11, okay, will have the high bit set, and the 012 will have the rest, which is this is 256 and this is 1. 256 plus 1 is 257. This, when this is on, that means we have 256, okay, remember.
When it's on, yes, is the raster line is over the 255.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
basically, remember here we have a table. I'm thinking that next time we should have a picture of a screen and put these on it. When we by the way, because I was working late today, I didn't get time to check the English. I can see some typos, let's say typos, which normally I correct, but I think you get the gist. So after 251 is in the border, is in the lower part of the screen, is in the lower border. But when we reach 255, it goes to 256, right? From 256 onwards, to represent those numbers, we use both of them. Okay, so we set 1, this means 256. That's why it's the most significant bit. Okay, and this is the rest, the low byte. And so basically 256 plus whatever number we need to make to reach 312. Basically, that is what Emanuele is trying to say, I guess, unless he has more.
Okay. Now we can, with this little explanation, we can start to say the code. Okay.
You want to scroll to the code? Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat?
I thought I scrolled the code so that you can see
Okay.
it. So
So
because I don't want
okay.
Emanuele, I don't want the code to be at the bottom where you are. I know I want to always have the full screen, no? Because else if you leave where you are reading like this,
No.
it's difficult, no? Okay, sorry, I just told you why I moved the screen.
Okay. With this configuration, I read till two, 3 line after entry.
Okay,
Because
first of all, I
my,
think we should run the program and show them what you have achieved, and then you explain it.
okay.
Okay, because else it will be difficult for someone to imagine what you have done if they have never seen it. So, in this case, Emanuele, because it's not called main.asm, I have to press F6 on on visual code. And here is what Emanuele has done. So this is quite at the top uh, of the um, board there. Now, before Emanuele continues, I know that there are some people there that are thinking, oh, this thing, there is no sync and all that stuff. But please let him explain. Eventually, he will have a stable raster, okay? It's just don't. He's you know.
It's the simplest way. Is too simplest this program to make a stable raster.
Yes.
Now my goal is only to show something about how to catch
The
a
raster.
raster line.
Yes. Yeah. So
It's not
basically, what?
important for now to stabilize it.
Yeah. So right now he's trying to show how to. I mean, I haven't read the code to be honest, because as I said, I didn't have time. But I think he's trying to read the raster and show the raster where it is and what's happening, and show you how to do it. Okay, and then the explanation of the other stuff will come later on. Right now, you need to understand the raster part. Okay, so I'm going to move the window out and actually close it.
Okay. Um, uh, like we saw the goal of this little program is to draw two lines, one at the very first visible line on the border, on the upper border, and one on the last line of the lower border. So the first line of the visible border, we saw that is 16, and the last is 286. Okay, so I take these two values and assign it to some constant. Okay, here I have defined some the free VIC registers. Allora, the first one, D020X, is the register responsible of the border color. Um, I have renamed the DO12X like raster. DO12 is the register, I remember, is the register responsible for the lower part of the raster counter, and the control register one is the name, the general name of the register with the ninth bit for the raster counter.
8-bit of the raster counter.
Ninth because the first 8 bit are in the DO20.
Yes.
This is
Yeah, but they start from 0 always, Emanuele, so it's 8-bit. From 0 to 7, and then that is 8.
okay.
Sorry.
I said ninth because the bit
Yes,
0 is the
understood one.
first one.
Yes, I understood one.
The first, the bit 1 is the second one for me.
Okay.
So this
Don't
is
worry, it's
my
not an issue.
mistake.
Yeah, it's not an issue anyway.
Okay. Sorry for this.
No.
Okay.
It's you don't need to be sorry. Just continue. Don't worry.
Okay. I have defined the mask to read the 8 bit of a raster counter. In this way, I have a mask with a 1 in the 8th position. This is useful below. We can say after. Okay. First things that I do in this program is call a routine that um, um, assure me to start at 0 mm, because mm, okay, sorry, a moment, please.
So he's trying to.
Uh,
I'm going to look at the
I
routine.
lose the word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me let me check the routine because I haven't looked at it. Okay, so he's making sure that the he's waiting for the 011 7-bit equals to 1, basically, right?
Yes, I must to start
Mm-hmm.
at the very first line,
Yes,
the raster line 0,
yes,
to make sure that reach the raster line 0. The first step is to reach the second half of the screen.
yes.
The second half where DOY,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the 8-bit reach 1,
So basically,
become
what he's
from
saying,
0 to 1.
yes, what he's saying is that to, I'm going to show the table again. So he is making sure that he is here, okay, after 255, he's here, so that then he can make sure that the 0 is at the top of the screen, basically, right?
And I will reach 0
Mm-hmm.
when the 8-bit become 0 from 1.
Mm-hmm.
I I mm, I come I come back I coming
Read
back
read your
to the
read your
table.
comments. It's explained there. Read your comment.
Okay. Uh,
You said it
allora,
there. Entry point. Yeah.
wait for 8-bit equal to 1 to uh, okay.
Ciao the gaps.
When I reach the my when the 8-bit of DO11 is 1, I had reached 1, I'm sure that I'm over the 256
Yes.
uh, row
Mm-hmm.
raster
Red
count.
counter. Yeah. Or the raster line.
When raster line, when I'm in that position, I can check for the I'm checking again the same bit to become 0 to uh, um, to make sure me to make sure to reach the very first invisible line that the raster counter have
Yeah.
the value of 0.
Okay.
If we
Continue.
if
Continue.
we non ti ho capito, scusa.
No, no. I said continue. I said okay,
Okay.
but that means I understood. So continue.
Okay. Now this is the first the first routine by which the second the 256th raster line. Uh, uh, this is simply achieved by um, checking the that the control register 1. Okay. When the control register 1 have the uh, bit 8 to 0, and I make this operation that place the DO11 into the accumulator, the um, there is a flag in the Commodore 64 that the sign flag that become 0. So when this flag is 0, uh, means that the number, the last operation have a positive number. Okay. This or better, that the last operation have loaded a value that have the 8-bit to 0. So if the 8-bit of control register is 0, I must wait to become a 1.
Mhm.
Ok, ok, non ti ho più sentito, scusa,
No,
non
no,
ho
no, no.
capito.
So basically, I was going to interrupt you anyway because it's been
Ok,
nearly an
sì,
hour. Wait, because it's been nearly an hour, and I want, and we put things in the middle. But I will say what you are saying. So basically, he's making sure that the high bit is set so that he is in the lower part of the screen, and he is using branch on plus using the sign flag, okay, um, to uh, check for this. So here is the branch on plus. You are not calling the other one, right? Uh, what I'm going to do.
the table
No, no,
is at the beginning.
no. What I'm going to do is because you're reading the code, but there are the subroutines on the other side, so it's more visible. The people can see the subroutines of what you are talking about. So you are
Okay,
saying this, and
okay,
then
okay.
you are saying this. So you can see that these two are two routines. One is to check uh, if um, bit DO11, okay, has got um, bit 0, right? Is it bit 0 for this
Yes,
one? Place
yes,
0 value in the accumulator bit 0. So yes, so here if the bit 7 is a 1, then he knows he's in the uh, you are in the high part now of it. And here, now where is it? This one. Oh, I skipped the routine. Sorry, I just need to start again. So if the 011 7th bit is equal to 1, okay, he knows he's in the second part of the screen, right?
yes.
Okay.
So,
If the 011 7-bit is a 0, he knows he's in the lower part of the screen. And he's checking
yes,
this by using the branch on plus or branch on minus. Okay.
yes,
These work on the status flag registers. Okay, register. Sorry, I'm just going to keep those like this. But Emanuele, first let's jump to um, uh, another thing that we need to show. And like this, we give you some bread and you can drink some water. So our friend Giuseppe De Gaps, okay, has released, first of all, let's go here. You all know or you've heard about the MSX game Freedom Fighter, okay? This game was written by Giuseppe. I do not know how to mute the sound, basically. So, Giuseppe wrote this game and he released it about a year ago or a bit more. I can't remember exactly how much. Yeah, okay, Hound Dog, no problem. So, he has written this game, and now he has released the code for it. This game has won some awards. I can't remember exactly how what it came. I think it was fifth, and it was quite advertised. By the way, the music is by Phase 101 by Crane. As you can see. But this game, if I'm not mistaken, was released on a cartridge. Yes, not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was mistaken because I have one. It was released on a cartridge, and now Giuseppe decided to, the Gaps decided to release the code. You can go and play the game here. It has a lot of music in it, more than one tune. And here is his GitHub, where you can find the code of Freedom Fighter. Remember, MSX, that means Z80, not 6502, unfortunately. Sorry, Giuseppe. I always teach Giuseppe with the Z80. And you can also download it. There is to ROM. So you can play it on your MSX. And you can also download the source code. But here, let me make this screen bigger. Here there is the source code also and the ROM for Freedom Fighter. While here is his GitHub. You have the links, all links for them, for it. The game, sorry. I am clicking in the wrong place. The game was reviewed several times, and it was also in several magazines, like the ZEP magazine, etc. I can't remember them all, but I know that it was reviewed on the ZEP magazine. I don't know if Giuseppe is still here. No, I'm not seeing him. Okay, so it's a shame because he was here a minute ago. But yeah, so I think he did an amazing job doing this game, given that he did not know Z80 and he did this game, from scratch. And he used, it's an MSX1. It's I think I do not know how to stop the music, because else I would. Let's see if I can play it without the music. It's on MSX1 and the scrolling is very smooth. He used a technique that he also wrote an article about, okay, of how um, he did it. It's very rare to see a game on MSX1 with good scrolling. Now I am correct at playing, okay, so don't there you go. I was looking at the screen. Anyway, this is the game. Please. Oh yeah, I should zoom about in it. Control plus. Thank you, Dario. Let's play it again then once more. It has a nice intro also. Oops. Anyway, talking, playing, and watching the screen, the chat. It's not easy, but notice how smooth the scrolling is. So we always say that the Commodore 64 had good scrolling, but you can also achieve good scrolling on the MSX. I learned thanks to Giuseppe, because I never thought that the MSX could have good scrolling. He has a blog also that he explains the technique. Yeah, you can talk, Emanuele. You don't need to write.
I don't want to interrupt you.
No, it's all right.
No, the Jeps is really a wizard
Yes,
of MSX.
yes, he is very good. And for those that do not know, he's also doing Turrican
He,
for MSX.
he, yes, he invented this technique for smooth scrolling, and is very.
It's very good. No?
I was on.
Yeah.
I was on.
Awesome. Yes. It's mega awesome. Okay.
Yes.
I give you, so you have to talk for another 20 minutes, Emanuele, explaining your code, and then I give you another break. Okay? So let's return to Emanuele's code. And he
I
can
see. I see
continue.
Freedom Fighter. Okay. Okay.
No. If always there's always a delay on Twitch.
Okay. I tend to forget this. To forget it.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
By the way, ciao Dario. Dario is
yes,
grande also. He's great. He's a good
yes,
coder.
really, really great. Really. Okay. Uh, I'm trying to continue.
Yeah,
To
continue.
continue. Okay. After the first waiting routines, um, I'm sure that the raster beam. My first goal was to reach the row zero. That I remember to you that is to all of you
Yeah.
as an invisible raster,
Yes.
uh, as an invisible raster line. The first
Yeah,
visible
you
raster
cannot
line is
see
the
you cannot see raster line 0, so that's why he said invisible. Remember the table. I can put it here now.
okay. Make you
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
From 0 to 15 is are invisible lines. Okay. Um, so the the bit number 7 of DO11 is 0, uh, and now I can wait for the first very visible line that is stored on this constant. Okay, to wait for the raster beam that will reach this line. I can check the DO20, no DO20, DO12. This okay. This is the DO12 uh,
If, say it in Italian if you
register,
cannot say
VIC
it in English.
register.
Say it in
Okay,
Italian and then I translate if you cannot say it in English.
okay.
Remember that.
Um, my goal is to wait for this line. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so I continue to compare the register DO12 with the accumulator that have um, the line that I want to reach. That is the very first line, visible first line. This line is, I remember all of you that is on the first part of border. So the color of the border is the DO20 register. When I uh, when when I exit from this loop, okay, this is a loop. Okay, I am sure that the raster counter and the raster beam is at the 15. Uh, Sorry, the 16th row.
Say it in Italian and I'll translate. Say it in
Ok,
Italian.
ok. Quando sarò uscito da questo loop, sono sicuro di essere sulla 16ª riga.
Okay.
Ok,
So when he exits this loop, okay, this one that he has here, he will be sure that he will be on the 16th line. Okay, remember, with 0 to 15 are not visible. 16th is the first visible line, the one on top, which he showed us, if you recall the code.
thank you, James. Ok, now I to show the raster beam in this moment, I will change the color of the border. That from that will be black. The value 00 is the black color. I I store the color of the border in the X register for now, and I call a magic routine that change for a while my color, my back color. Okay.
So what he is doing is he's setting the color of the background to,
The
or
border,
border,
no background.
where
Border.
border, yeah, border to black. And
Okay.
he is calling this routine change beam. Let's find change beam.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It is this routine here. Okay.
But it,
I will not explain it for now because there are some things that Emanuele needs to explain of it. Uh, but he is changing the border. Okay, you can see that he is loading black in the 0 is black in the X register, and then he's storing it in the border color.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay. Stay here, please.
yes, exactly. Yes.
Okay. So the this routine that is not magic is a simple routine, very simple routine. Store the color that I loaded in the X register to the border color register of VIC. The X register is a register of the CPU.
Um,
Uh, okay,
thanks, Vital,
and
for the follow. Guys, if you are watching the stream and you haven't followed me, please follow me. I'm trying to reach 250, 450. So I appreciate your following, your follows, basically.
thank you, Vital
Yeah, thank you,
MKS. Okay.
Vital
Uh,
MKS.
okay. Why we change the border color? Because I'm sure that I will call this routine only when the raster bin will be in the border. So I change the color of the raster bin essentially. I wait for a while. These are NOP opcode that stand for no operation. This wait for two cycle, two clock cycle, for a total of 4 cycle, and uh, return the border color to the white. So the result is a line, a black line, a little black line at the 16th line, the very first visible line of the border. Now that I reached my first goal to draw the very first line, I want to wait for the last line, for uh, the very last line, the very visible, the last the the last line that is visible of the lower border. Um, this the value of the last visible raster line is stored in this constant. But if you say here, I stored the value of 286 to this constant, but 286 is a very large value for an 8-bit um, register, because a register can contain the value from 0 to 255. So how to manage this? This is managed by taking only the first part of the constant with this little the minor minus when symbol. Uh, are
Less
you
than. So basically, this is a less than. So it takes the low byte of the address. An address is made of 16-bit, and it's taking the low byte of the address.
because the I byte we saw that is simulated by only the 8-bit of weight of DO11 register. So I call, first of all, I call the routine that reach this that wait raster beam to reach the lower part of of screen. So I load on the accumulator the lower part of last raster beam counter that I want to reach, and I waiting for the raster that reach the lower part, because the higher part is yet reached by this waiting routine. Okay, now we reached the very last visible row in the lower border. I place on X the color for the last line, that is 6. I don't remember what color is this. Is a different color from black,
I think that is
or
blue.
from white. I
I
don't
think that is
remember.
blue.
I place a random value.
No. I think that is blue.
Is blue. Okay, blue. And so I call again the routine that change
Emanuele,
the raster
scroll
beam
the
color
screen.
for a
Scroll
while,
the screen. Okay. You need to scroll the
because
screen.
now I'm in the very last visible line, uh, and after all, I close the main loop, sorry, make a jump, making a jump after the first call, the first the very first calling that I made, because uh, now I am sure that DO11 7th bit is 1. So I will waiting to reset it. Non so se
Say it in
cioè,
Italian. Say it in Italian.
sì, volevo solo dire che da qui io vado a saltare, non vado più a fare nuovamente la ricerca della seconda parte del video, perché ci sono già nella seconda parte del video. Devo solo aspettare
Yeah.
eh,
Because
di essere...
he's in the second part of the video, so lower than greater than 255 256 basically. He will not do this jump to main loop. He doesn't need to, because this is what he wanted. He wanted to be um, um, anyway. You did not want to be there, right? That's what you mean, Emanuele. No?
No, sì, volevo dire che, cioè, io il salto non lo faccio
Yes.
proprio all'inizio,
Yes.
perché
He
è inutile che aspetti nuovamente di essere sulla seconda parte del video, perché ci sono sicuramente già.
Yeah.
Essendo,
So he's saying he's already in the second part of the screen. I mean, when he says second part, it means greater than 256. So he doesn't need to do the jump.
e quindi posso saltare direttamente alla parte che aspetta eh, la riga 0.
Yeah. So he can jump to the routine that waits for line 0.
Ok. Yes. This is a simple way to show how we can reach a particular raster beam position, but is very simple and inaccurate method. This is only for and this is an ugly example, but is the simple way to is the simplest way to show you how to do how to uh, um, how the VIC register works. Okay, um, we will say that there are many other there are other way to reach exactly a raster beam position without the line the dancing line in the video, like the example that we saw before.
So what he's saying is this.
Are you running
Yeah.
the example? Okay.
So did you finish the code like this? No? Hai
Yes,
finito,
yes.
no?
I finished
Yeah. Okay.
this
So
part.
yeah.
Okay, is
So you devi spiegare questi due.
anche se il D011 no, ma questi li avevamo spiegati prima.
Devi spiegare questo, perciò credo che hai finito.
Sì, sì,
Ah,
ho
ok,
spiegato tutto
ok,
il
ok.
codice.
Allora, so let's do one thing. I am going to switch to another thing and then I'll come back to the code of Emanuele. So, most of you know that I do a stream on Friday of how to do an Amiga game, or which is called Let's Make an Amiga Game. So, one of my supporters that only started to code 1 month ago, and I'm not joking, it's only 5 weeks ago, to be honest, 5 weeks ago, okay, saw this game on the Apple iPhone, okay, and I'm going to show it to you. So, he saw this game, it's just an image with lots of sprites on it, right? So, he decided to do this game for the Amiga using what I had, my code in a way, and what I had shown what one is able to do on the Amiga. So, here is what he did, and notice this is, I can see my code there. Those are my comments which he copy and pasted into his code. I mean, I do not mind that he copied, that was the aim. To learn coding, that was the aim. You just need to understand what the routine does, and if it suits you, just copy and paste it. And that's what he did. Of course, the game is different, so he had to change things in it. But in a way, he applied what I taught to his game. Now the game is not finished, okay? But for 5 weeks, somebody never did coding in 68,000 before, and doing this is quite good. So see what he has done. So you can see it's still not ready. He has the player, moving the player. It's not higher as I think.
Wow.
And he
It's
needs
very
to eat
similar.
the apples and avoid the burgers. If he eats the burgers, something else should happen. But in at this time he hasn't implemented that part. But he has collision with the apples and he has collisions with the burgers. You will see in a minute when he starts colliding with the burgers. So this code of moving things around the screen is definitely not my code in a way. So he has parts that he took from my game, but he has parts also that he created. Okay, and I have to say, this is what encourages me. Sometimes I do not want. I mean, sometimes I have my bad moments like everybody else, and I say why I'm doing all this, why I am doing this right now. But then you see something like this, and it does give you
Why
motivation,
you are doing this?
and yeah, and it does give you motivation to do more. Okay, so what I do is I want people to code for the retro computers, especially Commodore, because that's what I like, Commodore. So when somebody uses my things and does another game, I am over the moon, over the top, to be honest. And this is code that I shared. You can find it if you go on my videos on YouTube, okay, and you find the Let's Make a Game series, okay. I'm just going to stop the music. There is the link here, okay. You can find the source code of that episode there. So each episode has got the source code related to it, and that's all he did. He followed this series. There are at the time when he followed, there were 15 episodes. I have the 16th one right now, but there were 15 episodes. Of course, because he's a supporter, he has 15, but on YouTube there is only till 8 yet. But eventually there will be 15. So that's why I like it when somebody likes, subscribe to the channel, follow me, etc. These are all motivations for me, motivations to do more. That's basically it for the game. Let's go back to the Emanuele's code. So Emanuele explained his code. Okay, there isn't time um, to do the second part. Okay, I can show you what the second part
I think so.
does. Um, this is the second part, and there is 8 episodes or something like that in relation to this. Okay, um, so next week we'll be explaining this. Basically, bit by bit, you're going to learn how to control the raster line. However, uh, while we still have a few minutes, I think I should do a recap, if you don't mind, Emanuele, of what you did. So,
I wrote all that part in English.
yes, yes, I saw that. So, yeah, that's an an applause to Emanuele because his effort, the effort of Emanuele is beyond what one might think. One, he is writing the comments in English. Okay, I should have checked them and correct the spelling mistakes, but he did the stuff in English.
Sorry,
No,
James.
it's all right.
I wrote the comments in a bad English.
It's all right. So, so he that's the first effort. Two, he's doing a stream and speaking English. You can see that he cannot yet speak as fast and fluent, but eventually he will be there. We do some more series of this and he will be there, okay, because he knows how to speak English. It's just that he lacks practice and the words don't come in his head like when you are doing it every day. And like this, his kids will be proud of him that he's speaking English because they always tease him, okay. um because the kids of today, because now they learn English at school from when they are young, they are fluent in English now. So
Yes, it's true.
anyway,
My
so
my daughter and my son are very good, and mm,
I still want to hear them talking live.
kidding me when I when he tried to talk English
Yeah,
to us
but I still want to hear them talking live.
today.
I want to hear them talking live in English, and then we will see, because it's one thing saying English, and then it's one thing talking in English in live. I can tell you this: when I started speaking Italian live, it was not that easy. I can say that. So, what we have here, I'm just going to do a quick recap of what Emanuele did. Thank you, Frexim, for that. So, a quick recap. So, basically, we have, I need to go to the first one. So, basically, we have this table, which tells us the raster line from 0 to 312, which parts it is doing, okay, which part where it is. We have two registers to cover from 0 to 312. Register DO11 and DO12 hex. Okay, register DO12 is the low byte of this two registers, and bit 7 of DO11 is bit 8 of DO of both of the raster counter, basically. And here he gives two examples. One is 200, which is less than 256, so you're able to fit it in 1 byte, and so the high bit is 0. And then the example of 257 with the low bit being 1 and the high bit 8 set to 1. That means we have 256, okay, in the O11 plus 1. That makes it 257.
Yes.
Then he defines, okay, two constants: first visible raster line and last visible raster line. So we are going to hit the borders, the first line and the last line, okay. And he defines some more constants. One is the border color, and then the two registers that he mentioned earlier, okay. Then he has a mask. This is for checking the bit, the high bit of the O11. May I remind you, the O11 is the 8th bit of both of the raster counter. Let's put it this way. Now, then he is going to make sure, okay, using these two routines, okay, that he is in the lower part of the screen. If he is on the lower part of the screen, then he knows that the next one after the lower part is the upper part, which is raster line 0. Right, Emanuele? If I'm making,
Yes.
if I'm, because I haven't looked at the code, so I'm really looking at this, I mean, while and saying it. If I make a mistake, please let me know.
Yes.
All good so
You
far.
are right. Your English is very good.
Not really, but okay. No, but what I mean is from a code perspective, explaining this.
Yes.
Yeah,
No, is exact.
yeah,
It's exact your interpretation of the code of my code. You are recapping right.
yeah. So now we are loading the first visible raster line, which was raster line first visible raster is 16. Okay, so
Yes.
we are, but because we start from 0, I had to do -1. Okay, so is is line 16, but actually it's counter 15. Okay, because we start from 0, and then compare, okay, if we are on that line. If we are not, we loop. Okay, if we are, then hey, let's change the color. And what we do is we load 0, which is black, right, and do the change the border color to black. Okay, then we wait
For six.
here. So here you change the background. Then we wait for what line is where is it? 286, no?
286.
So here he's checking that if we have reached the lower part of the screen again. Okay, if we reached the lower part of the screen, then we need the low part of this constant.
We can check only the low part.
Yes.
The
So
lower
we are
byte.
checking, yeah, exactly. We need to check the low part of this constant. So basically, by doing that, he's doing -256, okay? And the result is stored. Which register was that? It's stored in the accumulator. If we arrive, so now we are at the lower part of the screen. If we continue to check, if we arrive there, okay? If we arrive, then we change the color to blue, okay? And then we loop again, okay? So just to press F5, I need F6. So one is black, the other one is blue, okay? So here you can see there's a black. Of course, there's the flicker because the raster is not stable. And here you can see it is blue, okay? If we, I think it should work. No, let's say instead of 16, let's do it 20 here. I hope you don't mind, Emanuele, if I change a bit the code. Let's do 20 and let's do 280. Okay, and we run it again. Now you can see, okay, the raster line is not stable because before we were seeing the lines of the gray, so that's why I moved it up a bit because it can confuse people. You can see the raster line, okay, and the flicker that we have, and same one at the top, one at the bottom, okay. So we need to make that line stable, Okay, we just need to see that part of the line, this part, and nothing else. Okay, and
The la-
eventually we will achieve that. Um, the code of this episode will also be, there will be a link under the video of the stream. When we release it on YouTube, there will be a link for the code to be downloaded, and it will be Omega. And you can probably you'll have to subscribe to Mega if you don't have a Mega account, but you will be able to download it and try it out yourself. Um, what I want to say also, because before I said it's blue, we can change it. Let's make it red. So it's 2. And press F6. And now you can see it is red. Okay. So, oops. That is what we had for today. We thought we have enough time to do the second part. This is why we had VIC 2 ready, but actually, as you saw, we did not. We could not. So, guys, thank you very much. Hope to see you next Tuesday. But for those that follow me, there is Friday, Saturday, Sunday also coming. So, see you next week or soon. Bye bye, Emanuele.
Hi all. Bye.
Bye bye. Ciao.
Bye. Bye.